Okay, hold on. People could do content creation. I don't know how they do this every day. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I was talking to myself. Thinking out loud. Hi, everyone. Oh, that reminds me. I'll do it later. Happy Thursday. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. You don't. I hear you. Okay. Let me see. 1 second. I'm trying to set this. Hi, everyone. This week went so fast. Good evening. Okay. Good evening, Dora. How are you? Hello, Miss Fatima. Hi, TikTok family. What's going on, people? Hello. Come on in. Say hello when you come in. Let's see. I have it on here. Hello, heart of patience. I love how that is spelled. Patience. That's pretty cool. Okay. All right. Can everybody hear me okay on TikTok? It keeps going in and out. I'm not sure. If you can hear me okay on TikTok, let me know. Someone say yes. Let me know. I would really appreciate that. Hi, Miss Editor Sanctuary. How are you? Hi, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Okay, thank you. Because it keeps going in and it would black out and come back in. I'm not sure. But anyway, as long as y'all can hear me, that's fine. Happy week. I hope y'all have had a great week. Okay, good. This week went pretty fast. Like tomorrow's Friday. Felt like I just came back, go back to work yesterday. Y'all, when I tell you that if you are my client and you sent me an email last week or beginning of this week, just you would have to resend that email. I'm just letting you know now. Because I came back to the office and I had over 2,000 emails. I'm not even kidding. Because they're like, okay, how 2,000? Yeah, for real. Over 2,000. Right, Miss Editor Sanctuary? Over 2,000 emails. So obviously, there's going to be a whole lot more during the week. So if you sent me an email, please. I'm telling you, August. See, we August people are not the most patient people. Same thing with the month. The month can deal. The month is on. It's because I was thinking like, what are we going to do for the birthday month, and it's already half of the month. Yeah, so if you send me an email and it's been more than 3 days and you haven't received a response, it's probably because it's lost in the over 2,000 emails. So please resend it if it's very, very urgent. I would appreciate that. Anyway, hello, Fina Shandy. Hello. What's going on, beautiful lady? Yeah, when I say pretty, if you look in the dictionary, you see the definition of fine woman. You'll see her picture there. Not even kidding. But anyway, this is Attorney Abisola Adebola Olale, immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. If you are just joining us for the first time, welcome. We go live, and by we, I mean we, all of us together right now, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Alabama time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, meaning you're in New York, you're in mainland, and everybody else, I don't know. You're going to have to figure that out. But we talk about all things immigration, and we celebrate our wins. We encourage those going through. I hate that. No, I'm going to say hate. I don't use the word things are difficult. I prefer to say things are challenging. So those who are going through challenging periods, we encourage them and we motivate them. Those who have had news that they were not expecting or wasn't what they wanted, We still encourage and pray for one another. So, as Miss Eleanor Sanctuary would say, is the most positive space and positive platform in social media space, something along those lines. But if you're joining us for the first time, let us know. Say where you are. Yes, we don't use difficult; we say challenging, because the power of life and death is in the tongue. So, welcome. We appreciate you. If to know what we do is to know that it's important for you to share and invite your friends, family members. Then say, sisi kon wa te kwe, well, sisi noni. Ignore the way here. Sisi kon wa te kwe, anti ye immigration shalom so you're very sharp but eshema understand what those the bagwera. And let's talk immigration. Answer questions. Some nights we do just questions. Like tonight is going to be questions that we catch up on. We talk about topics trending. And so I haven't, before I came on, we're still just all waiting on this parole in place thing. And because, Monday's around the corner, which is August the 19th. So we'll see. But at least I didn't check my emails or anything before I came because I was doing mommy stuff. But please share. Very, very important, because you don't know the information that somebody in your life may actually benefit from. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Olaleye Immigration. Thank you. At Olaleye Immigration on all platforms. If you need to discuss your specific case, we do that through paid consultations. So I was going to say something, but never mind. We will keep this positive. But anyway, and to contact us is 334-341-4475, olalayelawfirm.com, info@olalayelawfirm.com. That was a mouthful. And by the way, we're representing immigration clients in all 50 states. We are located in Alabama. So someone was telling someone that I don't even know how they can even make that argument or that statement that we didn't tell them that we're not. She's based in New York. They said we didn't tell them that we're not based in New York. We made it seem like we have an office in New York. Unless you're living under a rock, I'm sure that lady has to be living under a rock in Flintstone land or something. Because I don't even know how many times we say on our website it says Alabama. Everywhere you turn, it says we're located in Alabama. So I think sometimes people just want to find something. And then the saying misery likes company is very, very true. But when you do stuff like this, where you're out there, it gives people a lot of platform, quote unquote, to say things. So we are located in Alabama, but represent immigration clients in all 50 states because immigration is federal practice. As long as an attorney is licensed in a state, for myself, I'm licensed in Alabama and I'm also licensed in New York. But the fact that I'm licensed in New York doesn't mean I have an office physical presence in New York. But anyway, all that, we'll be glad to represent you. And congratulations. And nice they pinned them New York. Yes. Even it's I don't know, but anyway, it's things like that. Just like you have to just laugh. Congratulations to Miss Cynthia. A green card came in today. It's on its way to her. To think that when did Miss Cynthia came to me in May, and to think that she had practically accepted that she just had to start all over again. Like, she had gone to other attorneys, and I'm not comparing, just to be clear on that. I'm just saying about her story. One of the previous, I can't remember how she said she came across me, but she talked to someone. The person tried to talk her out of contacting our firm. Don't let anyone talk you out of your blessing. And you're like, no, maternity support only help. Don't bother. But she said something within her spirit just convinced her that she just needed to reach out to me. She said she just kept going. It took her, I think she said, I don't know, but finally she said, you know what? Even if it doesn't work out, that's fine. At least she tried. And we came to, we had a consultation. I think she still has some reservation. She wasn't sure if it was worth it. Maybe she just needed to look for other options. Long story short, we had to get that response out in the period of 3 weeks. Literally, when I tell you, and if you go on Google, you will see our review. So I'm not even making this stuff up. I literally, and for those who know me, my clients, when it comes to my clients and my work, for instance, I had a case I had to go out today. I was up till 3:23 a.m. working that case. It was 3:20 because I had my clock in my office, home office. I look like, okay, 𝒂𝐥𝐿𝐴. Let me go sleep. And one of my clients woke up this morning like, you sent me an email at 3:10 a.m. Were you really awake? Yeah, I was, because that's what I have committed myself to do. And so in her case, Isaiah, my rock star paralegal, we were up till, I want to say 2 a.m. or something, because her kids had to go out the next day. Well, no, it wasn't next day. Well, it had to go out the same day. And so you can imagine if I had 2-3 hours of sleep. But this is what makes it worth it. That, you send it out, you send it out with your prayer and say, 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. Just go. Blessed God. Let us find favor. And to be able to mail that green card to her today. Yes, she was. She's sitting there thanking your nose. And to be able to mail that green card to her today, when 3 months ago she was told to give up. Don't let anybody talk you out of your blessing. If you learn nothing else, if you hear nothing else, even if it doesn't work out, at least you're not going to live with what if. If you have a what if in your mind, please go ahead and do not let, nobody's race is the same as yours. Run your own race and everybody has a direct communication line with God. Every single one of us. He created, he spoke us into existence. It's good to have pastors pray for you and imams pray for you and all that. That's great. You have a direct line of communication with God yourself, and you can hear him loud and clear. So, Sister Laura doesn't sleep. I don't. I really don't. But if I don't. Yes, it's good to get paid and all that, because I work for my company. I'm an employee of a law firm. Yeah, that's what I work out. But I don't even, sometimes I actually literally, yes, I have to pay people, but I don't even think of payday. And when I just look at my account, like, oh, I got paid today by a law firm. But the point I'm making is, it's more about what I do. I'm invested in what I do. So it doesn't matter that I have to be up. I want to be asleep at 2 a.m. I do. But sometimes my head is knocking on my computer. Sometimes you're like, hey, can you go to bed? But I'm invested in this because these are people's lives. So I was still up to 3:23 a.m. But it's worth it because someone like me, Cynthia, and I say that to say this, she was up with us till 2 a.m. She was emailing back and forth and we had to do what we had to do. So, and when I tell people, I know, every case starts with a paralegal, because obviously I can draft things myself, but now that's why I hire people to do that. But there's no case that leaves my firm that I do not review myself. People may not be patient and like, oh, Cecilia, you're not paying attention to my case. No, that's not the point. Every single thing that's going on, all the steps, I know. I'm not going to get involved because that's why I hire people. But before it leaves my firm, the last person that sees it or takes care of and reviews it is me. And that's why it takes the most delay in our cases at my desk, because I've got to look through it. I have to. So don't let anybody talk you out of your blessings. If you have the conviction from God saying, go with this person, it doesn't have to be us. The goal is to make sure you succeed. So wherever that conviction that your spirit leads you, please go and make sure you give it your best. And that's all you can do, and leave the rest in God's hands. Do all you can, leave the rest in God's hands. So congratulations to Miss Cynthia. We rejoice with you and we celebrate you. All righty, people. What are we doing today? Questions. Let's talk immigration, y'all. Let's talk immigration. So please do not repeat your questions. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible. I am really, really thinking about the Facebook group thing. I'm still trying to fine tune what the concept is going to look like. That's going to work for my schedule, especially because I've got a whole lot going on, being a mom and everything, and a lot of us do. But it will come up and we'll do something where it's a daily thing. Because once I commit to something, I drive myself crazy. I have to do it. So I'm just trying to make sure it works for me. But anyway, until we get that done, this is how we can communicate and talk about questions. So this is still general information. If you've got anything that's specific to your case, that is going to be that's going to require a paid consultation. But I'll be glad to answer whatever questions. Please do not repeat questions. If you repeat it, I'm going to skip the question altogether. All right, so let us get started. I'm going to start with TikTok. Hold on. I'm going to try not to skip. I'm going to, if I skip your questions because you repeated it. So put your questions in the comments section. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Hello, hello, hello. Where is your location? We are located in Alabama, Demopolis, Alabama. But if you've got an immigration case, we can represent you regardless of where you are. When is the retrogress going to end for EB3? I wish I had an answer to that question myself. Trust me. Do I use same divorce documents my ex-husband used for his green card process, or have to produce a new one? Why would you have to produce a new one? Unless there was something wrong with the one he used. But if he has his green card, well, okay, let me put it this way. Before COVID hit, right? A lot of people had used some of the divorce decrees, and I look back and some like it's like, what? But most of our citizens now, after COVID, something changed. And I don't know what it was with USCIS, but that's when they really started honing down on divorce decrees, especially from African countries and all that. So I say that to say this. I literally have people where they had former spouses use the same divorce decree that USCIS is not giving their own current kids a whole lot of help for, that the former spouse used to get their green card and eventual citizenship. They weren't paying attention then. They are paying a whole lot of attention now. So it's possible that your ex-husband used that divorce decree, has his green card, has citizenship, and if you're questioning that divorce decree, then before you file, it's best for you to sit down with the lawyer to know what your options are. Okay, so but to just go ahead and use a new one, you've got to. You have to make the what would be the basis for you to do that, unless you really have to. I hope that helps. Join you, Femi Sahid. Thank you for sharing. My son is in Nigeria. My husband did the status for him, but it looked like the man has escaped. So what's your question? I-360 status update. New card is being produced, and later we updated your name for your form I-360. So what's your question? Okay, I think I skipped. No, escape. Okay. All right. What does that mean? Generally, when you have let me see what you said. Yeah, if you have any update that's under your VAWA receipt number that says we produced your green card, or we produced your new card, or the new card is being produced, and all that, that basically is indication to you that your VAWA case is being approved. Because whenever you file a VAWA petition, there is a part on page 14 of that I-360 form that you can select. Would you like us to issue you an employment authorization upon approval of your petition? If you select yes, then once your VAWA petition is approved, the I-360 is approved, USCIS will automatically issue you a work authorization because you selected yes on page 14 of the I-360 form. And so once you see that update on the I-360 VAWA petition, that in a nutshell basically is telling you that your case has been approved or is going to be approved. That's usually the first indication that it's going to be approved. And so that's what now, once again, disclaimer, general information. I'm not telling you exactly about your case. I'm telling you generally that's what that would mean. Removal processing can apply for, you mean if, let me rephrase your question. Are you asking if someone Oh, hold on 1 second, people. Let me charge my laptop here. Okay. Are you asking if someone who is in removal proceedings will be eligible to um apply for the parole in place? If that's what you're asking, generally, yes, that person should be able to do that. If they'll even give us more information. I spoke to you in England. I'm in America now, but don't know if I should file in here or file from UK. Okay. Otumba, I'm not sure what we spoke about, but that's something I don't know. If you need to set up a new meeting, that we can do that. But I can't remember. Was it an employment case, family case? What? Okay. Anything about how long something is going to take? There's no how I can answer that kind of question. Please go on USCIS.gov/processing time, and you would have an estimated time frame for how long something is taking. I told you, Femi Sahid. No, I was saying thank you for sharing the video because I could see that you shared the video. That's all. There she goes. I was saying thank you for sharing. Okay. I have work authorization and social security card number. How can I get a green card? What do you qualify for? What was the basis of you having the work authorization and social security? Was it asylum? Was it employment? Was it marriage? So if you already have something that gave you that, then what else are you eligible for? Just saying, how can you get a green card? What do you qualify for? You've got to be eligible for something, right? Okay, let's go to Facebook. I'll come back to see. Hello, Mr. Gabriel. How are you? Hello, Mr. Mario. How are you, Akale? What's the update on your end? Hello, Celia. I hope I'm not murdering your name. Is it Celia or Saida? Let me know which one is the right pronunciation, because one of my pet peeves is not name pronunciation. Can someone from India? Okay, I'm very confused with your. Can someone from India can travel to Canada would also if some case? Okay, this is what makes sense to me or what you're asking. I'm assuming you're asking me if someone who's from India can travel to Canada. You have a pending VAWA case and a pending for 485. You have an advanced parole. Also have an asylum case that's pending, and you're wondering if you can travel to Canada with a pending VAWA case, even though you have an advanced parole and an asylum case. If that's your question, this is just, I'm not saying you can. I'm not telling you to travel. Generally, having a pending asylum case does not prevent you from using your advanced parole that is linked to a regular marriage case or a VAWA case, as long as you're not going anywhere that's going to now look like you filed a frivolous asylum application. So that's as specific, quote unquote, as I can answer your question. I applied for I-360 over 8 months ago with a pending I-485, and it's still showing as it's being based. It's as it applied for I-360, and it's still showing. You mean as if it's based on the pending I-130. Should I reapply for the I-485? Albert, did you ask USCIS to transfer the I-485 to your I-360? The fact that you just filed an I-360 doesn't automatically transfer your I-485. You have to let them know to try, because we're talking USCIS people. If not, if you want to just forego the I-45 you filed with the I-130, that's fine, especially because with VAB cases, VAB petitioners do not pay filing fees anymore. So you're not going to be paying a filing fee for I-45 if it's based on I-360. But you can also ask them, because you've already filed that, and I'm assuming your work permit is based on that, to transfer that to the VAB case. If you don't have a lawyer, then it's time for you to get one. Okay, 𝐸𝐴𝐫𝒂𝒏𝒕, you asked me this question on Tuesday. It's still the same answer I'm giving you. It's been 3 years since I've been waiting on my VAB to be approved. My lawyer, who is a legal aid, wrote to the senator, but my signature only to be on the Privacy Act form, so I signed and sent it in. So what's your question? Cider, Cedia, is it Cedia? Cedia, I think. Hello, Miss Tina. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your help. You know what I'm talking about. Hello, Miss Christiana. How are you? Okay. Does a pending EAD transfer along with the I-45 after? If you request for USCIS to hold, to basically not necessarily transfer, but to hold the I-45 in abeyance because you found a VAB case, so basically they're transferring the underlying basis, then the EAD that's connected to the I-45 would also follow each of the VAB case. When do I-693 get to be submitted based on VAB? It's the 693 is not based on the VAB. 693 is based on the I-485. And right now, medical examination reports do not expire anymore, effective November 2023. My mother filed F2B. F2B, I believe, is children of green card holders, sons and daughters of green card holders over 21 years and older. Okay. For my brothers in West Africa, they are still waiting to be called for an interview. If they're married before going for the interview, will it affect the petition? King, well, first of all, it depends on if your mom is a citizen or a green card holder. Because F2B unmarried children of green card holders. So if they get married, it would be is your mom a citizen or green card holder? Let's start with that. My asylum is under review. Now I'm having health challenges. Please can I add it as addendum to my asylum? You can, as long as it's still, when you say under review, you're waiting for an interview to be scheduled. If so, then you can write to the asylum office and include that. When should I apply for my 10 years before my 2 years expired based on marriage? You can apply for your 10-year green card, meaning file for I-751, depending on, well, the time you can apply depends on what basis you're applying. If you're applying with your spouse, the earliest you can submit your 751 is going to be 90 days before your second year anniversary of your 2-year green card. If you're filing a self petition, meaning you're not filing with your spouse, then you can apply for your 751 at any time after you receive your 2-year green card. Thank you. Okay, your mom is still a green card holder. Okay, so if your brothers get married and your mom is still a green card holder, they actually their petitions will be automatically revoked. The reason being, there is no category for married children of green card holders. So if they get married, that's it. That's the end. They would have been waiting almost 10 years for nothing. So what they need to do is to be patient until this goes through, unless your mom now becomes a citizen before they get married. If she becomes a citizen before they get married, then even if they get married, then they go to, I believe it's F3 category. But if they get married and she's still a green card holder, that notifies that. That's it, because there's no category for married children of green card holders. Is this important to take divorce in VAWA while waiting for green card results? I'm not sure what you mean. Is this important to take divorce? Can the senator office help to expedite my case? They can. It's not like it's congressional assistance request doesn't mandate USCIS to do anything, but some offices just are, some senators or congressmen and women have specific people. It's politics. Some people have people that they can call on, where things maybe move faster, but sometimes it's just them giving a much more detailed update to the senator or congressperson, so at least you have an idea. Now, if your case is still within number processing time, then it's still within number processing time unless you submitted a request to expedite it. And if they are already married, is there a waiver? There's no waiver of anything. There's nothing to be waived. There's no category for married children or green card holders. Can I file for VAWA if my spouse is a permanent resident and we have married for 2 years? The length of your marriage has nothing to do with your VAWA case, but you can file for VAWA if your spouse is a permanent resident. You just would not be able to apply for. I have to look at the visa bulletin again, but I think they're working on June 2024. You have to wait until the dates that until USCIS gets to the date you submit the VAWA case, or you get the VAWA case to be able to file for the green card application and work authorization. Applied for a green card with my 3 kids. Mine was approved last week. My kids are still pending. Will they be approved automatically? I can answer that question. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of questions, so that's good. Okay. I'm a green card holder. Can I file for a spouse from Jamaica? As a green card holder, you can petition for you file an I-130 for your spouse. Generally, can I put that generally there? I'm waiting for a private picture later of I-3s from last more than 6 months in New York. Is it normal? I have a case that I've been emailing them about. I've never had that before, and I know they're going to answer me soon, very God willing. That they don't have a choice because Jesus has stepped in. Going on, I think 7 months. That's the longest I've had, but it's not like it's not unusual. But I usually would contact them, which is what I do in my client's case. So if you have an attorney in your case, I would say let your attorney help you to contact them or write them, or now you can call actually the contact center and get information and speak with someone. They would verify information and confirm your identity before they give you information. So you can do that. And if they need you to contact the Vermont Service Center directly, they'll let you know as well. If your I-485 and I-130 gets approved, would they still require an interview? Generally, no. But I actually generally, once your I-130, I-485 has been approved, that's the next hopefully is to expect a green card. However, I actually spoke with someone not last week, the week before I went on the break. Their I-130 had been approved. The I-485 was pending. Something happened. The USCIS didn't tell them what it was, but USCIS reopened the I-130 that had been approved for about 8 months, and it was just waiting on the green card process of it. And they had not even been called for an interview. They reopened the I-130 and then sent them a notice of intent to deny. So I say that to say that that's not a very common scenario, but I've seen some reopen before, especially since the issue with divorce decree and all that started. I've seen them reopen an I-130 because they now found out that the divorce decree was not genuine. But this didn't have a divorce decree issue. So I have the noise. So it was like somebody sent some information to USCIS. Unless that kind of situation happens, for the most part, once that's been approved, then that's usually the end of that. Can I get urgent appointment with you? I don't think I have anything left this week. Probably the earliest is going to be on Monday. I think I'm not even sure I have anything on Monday. I know this week was completely booked. So if the ICE officer terminated cases, and if you need to talk to an attorney, that I can refer you to someone that I don't even say that often, but that's someone I can say I can vouch for. And I know why I can vouch for him, but I don't have any available time slots this week anymore. So if Monday is not too long, if you go on our website, olalayalawfirm.com, you'll be able to do it easily on your own. Let's see. A notice from VAL was sent to me and was returned to USCIS by USPS. Tried e-request to no avail. So what's your question? Okay. All right, let's see. What did I miss on Instagram? Because y'all are Instagram people. Am I rude? What do you advise if a case was denied because we didn't receive mail from USCIS about them needing more information and got the letter to leave within 33 days? The first thing you need to do is sit down with a lawyer. Hopefully you had a lawyer on your case. That's okay. But it makes sense. So that's helpful. So get a lawyer on your case. In this kind of scenario, you want to probably do, if it's still within the time frame that you can do a motion to reopen, that's one thing you want to take advantage of with a 290B. You can try a service request to reopen as well. If it was something where you know you didn't change your address, there was no reason why you shouldn't receive that letter or anything. But if you don't have a lawyer, that's the first step you want to take. So that, and then if all else fails, if you're still able to refile, then that's probably going to be the last resort. And let me say this, because a lot of people get, and understandably so, a lot of people get apprehensive and scared about when you get that I-485 denial and it says, on the last page, and, our records indicate that when you filed, yada, 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 you were not in any lawful status. So therefore, you have 33 days to leave the country, or we can initiate removal proceedings against you, yada, yada, yada. That is going to be in every single I-485 denial notice, every single one. If you do not have any underlying non-migrant status, that's going to be in even people who have pending asylum cases. USCIS doesn't bother to look in their files. They're going to just put it because it's a boilerplate generic information that is verbatim of what the Immigration and Nationality Act requires. So that 33 days, I know it's scary, but that's basically going to be in everyone's I-485 denial. Can they now initiate, send your notice up to European Immigration Court after the 33 days? Yes, they can. Most of the time, it depends on the field office and what state you're living in. Some states are just really anti-immigrant, and that's the truth of the matter. They are really fast that way. Some states, they won't even remember you anymore until you file something. They won't even bother themselves. So that's boilerplate information because that's what the Immigration and Nationality Act provides, that it has to be done in that situation. So it's going to be on every I-485 denial notice. But there's always a 50-50 chance, obviously, that they may send your notice to European Immigration Court or they may not. I received medical for RFE from local field office. Is interview with? No, we used to think that the last year and the year before, but now they can send your request for evidence for your medical and still schedule an interview. If my mom becomes a citizen, can the petition be switched to F1 or F3 if they're married but didn't know that it would affect? it once they get married, that cuts off the eligibility for them as and I think your question really makes me know that they're married already. So basically they've that's terminated. And if you do not inform your immigration, they would find out, and that would be absolute visa fraud, and that's the last thing you want to do. So but hopefully they're not, and you're just trying to be precautious. So if they're not married, there's no hurry. I'm not sure why they have to get married, because your question, if they're not married, then you won't worry about anything. They're just the men, they're bored, so they can wait. But if they're married, then that's it. They cannot go back and say we're unmarried now, and then would want to take advantage of. No, because there is no category for them to even be in once they get married. F1 is unmarried children of citizens. F3 is married. There is no married category for green card, for children of green card holders. So that's that. I have a customer received a 10-year green card via VA in 2021. Prior to that, she had 2 domestic incidents with her partner in 2019, 2020. When can she apply for N400? If she got her 10-year green card in 2021 and that partner was a citizen, then she still can apply for citizenship after having her green card for 3 years. If the abusive partner is a green card holder, she's going to wait for 5 years. So if there's nothing that if there's nothing, well, if the cases were dismissed and there's certified court documents to show that, then she shouldn't have any issues then. It's not about the arrest, it's about the conviction. How long does it take after fingerprinting for work permit and combo to be out for VA case? Your fingerprint has nothing to do with the length of time for processing work permit and advance parole. Welcome everyone to the most positive immigration space and social platforms. That's it. What she said. Civil space, the seller wings and asks questions about new policies on immigration. There's no lie there. My sister's vow has been 2 years plus now, but nothing has been heard from USCIS. Yes, that's because USCIS is averaging 40 months, basically 3 years and 4 months to process vow petitions. Thank you, Miss Peggy. My day was fine. How was yours? Sky_CCC0001. If I knew you repeated your question out, I skipped it altogether. Yeah. But it's Chinese said, please, I'm driving. Don't make. Oh, you're watching. Thank you. But I mean, if I know, where's the lie? I'm telling you, the lady is just drop dead gorgeous. Like, too much a lot that picture I took will kill and you go and you can find on you find there until you're fine. Hello, Miss Busalami. How are you? I saw your email. I went after Tuesday. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I remember now. Hey, Mr. Maggi, what's going on? You know that's been canceled for Monday, right? Hello, Mr. Solomon. How are you? How long does your divorced fiance that filed green card for her ex have to wait for before filing for you after the divorce and marriage? That's a state specific question. She's going to have to find out what the waiting period is in her state. What happens if you don't have a joint tax with your spouse and are about to file for naturalization? If you're filing based on 3 years, the immigration officer is probably going to ask you why. If you've got a reasonable explanation, like one person's taxes are being garnished for child support or whatever it is, and you guys need to have finances for the family, something that is a reasonable explanation. But if you're filing based on 5 years and as a legal permanent resident, and it's not linked to marital union, then that's something that shouldn't be a problem. General information. I don't know about your case, but that's just that's the most I can say about that. As a G, I want to live my life, but G, do I know? I'm telling Miss Peggy, where's the lie? Can I use the I-45 that I use for marriage to be converted to VA after approval? If it's still pending. So what you actually, and that's why you do an abeyance request and ask them to transfer it. If it's still pending, you can tell them to transfer it to your VA case and notify them that it's been approved or after approval. If not, I'm not worried. The only thing about it is, filing a new one. But pre-April 1st, when you had to pay filing fees, even as a VA petitioner, that was really important. But post April 1st, now that VA petitioners don't pay filing fees, obviously, you lose the time you already have that pending. But if you're able to salvage that, that's fine. If not, you're not paying any filing fees to file a new one. After the interview, how will one know if they would approve the green card application? When you get a notification that they approve the green card notification. Yes, that's very important. I have a serious case. I've been trying to talk to you, but it's always your assistant talking to me. That's exactly why I hired an assistant for. If you have a serious case, then you would have scheduled a consultation. Motions 07. If your case is serious, you would have scheduled you probably would have spoken with me about your case by now. And I'm almost going to guarantee that's what you were told to do, because that's what my staff is. They're going to do what I tell them to do. So that's why I hire people. So because I'm not going to be on the phone to talk. This is why I talk here. If you have questions, we can discuss that. But if your case is serious enough, then you would have scheduled a consultation to discuss your case. My case was closed because my paperwork was sent to the wrong address and my case was closed. Then you would have scheduled a consultation. That's what you would have done. You've been trying. You can't say you've been trying, no response when our website is there. I mean, come on now, people. There's some things you would say that you know that you've got to think through it before you say it. How you've been trying to make a consultation when it's publicly on our website. And if you had called and spoken to my assistant, I guarantee you they would have sent you the information, sent you a link. How can one have a one-on-one meeting with you? What is the process? I'm in Texas. So that's what I'm just saying. Count 7561. The easiest way, if you don't even want to talk to anyone, just go on our website, Olale Immigration. Just put in Olale Immigration on Google. It's going to take you to our website. That's every single page. It has a link right there on the banner. Just click it and schedule. That's all. You do it all you don't even have to talk to anybody. It doesn't get easier than that. And we do either phone consultation or a Zoom call. Yeah. Hey, Mama, my mom is on. Don't let my mom get on you now because she's like, I'm my stress. Because sometimes I'm like, okay, how do I answer this question? And you already know, if you follow me, then you know that I don't take these cases for granted. But if your case is serious enough, the time you spend trying to argue or not, you would have been able to talk to me and would have discussed your case, right? Okay. I filed for my 10 years with my spouse, but we divorced before my approval. USCIS still went and approved me without my notifying them of the divorce. Will this be an issue for? Why do I feel like I have met you before? But I have a similar case. Your green card was issued in error. That's just it was issued in error. You should have notified them when your divorce was final. Hello, Epic Movements. What are you planning for your birthday? Epic Movements' birthday is on August 21st. My birthday. We share the same birthday. What's the plan? 1 week? No, it's less than a week from our birthday. Yes, it's less than a week. Isn't it on Wednesday? I think. Because it's on Wednesday. Because I know if I know I know my kid TJ's birthday is on Tuesday. My very own TJ. That's why the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree without mouth. Go figure. So his birthday is on Tuesday, and so my birthday is the next day after. So literally, I spent my birthday 14 years ago in the hospital. Roll my eyes. Yeah. I-360 is still pending 28 months ago. Do I need to wait more than that? Yes. USCIS.gov/processing time. Yes. VAWA takes a long time. It does. That's just what it is. 10 years green card. Can you talk about divorce 1.5 years after receipt and how it can affect naturalization? What are the impacts except the 5-year wait as against 3 years for citizenship? That's basically it. You're just going to wait a bit longer. That's it. T, where you going? My kitchen, my fridge? Is there a program for undocumented immigrants to apply for Social Security and work permit? This parole in place that is going into effect, should go into effect on Monday, is one of such programs. But if you came in legally, so undocumented, usually they categorize all of us as if you didn't come in, if you don't have any papers, as undocumented. But there's some, if you're undocumented because you've overstayed, this parole in place is not going to be applicable to you. If you're undocumented because you came in without inspection and you've been here for 10 years, as of June 17, 2024, you've been married to or a citizen as of June 17, 2024, you can pass background checks, then you'll qualify for this in the sense that you can apply for parole issued on I-94, and then you'll be to apply for work authorization as well. So that's what we have on ground, unless you have a 245I that you qualify for if you were here before. I want to say it was April 2001. But talk to an attorney and see what options you have. What states are anti-immigration? Enemy connect to Oga teacher. Is that how you say it? Is it Oga teacher about y'all know all the states that have been passing all these bills, all these policies. I mean, truth be told, I mean, that's no secret. Texas just decided that they want to, if you're going to a public hospital, it's going to be, if they don't stop him effective November, public hospitals in the state of Texas have to get immigration information. I mean, come on now. So, yeah. Yeah, so. Hello, Anthony Senate. It's been a while. How are you? Welcome back. You're welcome back too. That was not last week though. Will an employer know if I apply for a new job with the E80 that was canceled? I have filed for a new E80 and 45. I applied for VAWA since 2023. Will an employer know if I apply? I can't answer that question. Can't answer that question. And I said this to say this. See, you can't ask. You can't tell me to answer. Oh, yeah, teacher. Okay, yeah, teacher. Yeah, teacher. It can tell answer questions that you're about you working with something when you're not supposed to be working with it. Just like yesterday, someone set up a meeting with me, and I was thinking, okay, we're meeting with their spouse and all that, and then I don't. I'm sure they could see the shock on my face. Flat out told me, and like, oh, and I was still saying hello to both of them, and you're like, hey, okay, nice to meet you guys. So let's talk about your relationship and all that. And the book kept quiet. It's like, okay, Shinko, what do you mean? Something's already what's going on? Like, only for me to find out that the guy sitting next to her was not the husband. You're like, I'm here because we've signed a contract with someone that's going to help my wife. And I'm thinking, why in God's name do you think I'm going to get involved in a fraudulent marriage application? Like, did somebody tell you that I do that? So I'm going to answer as a lawyer. I can answer questions about you working with something you're not supposed to be working with. Yeah. Let's just leave that alone. Thank you, Epic Movements. If you have doubts, just schedule a meeting. That's what I did. And yeah, it's Wednesday. Okay, yeah. I was like, my birthday's Wednesday. Let's talk about the birthday. What do you guys want to talk about? T needs something to snack on. Unloading the summer. No, let's leave somebody. Summer's almost over. We're about to get into fall now. I'm thinking about doing something the following week. I'm on call my birthday week. Oh, okay. I'm probably truth be told, y'all, I'm probably going to be working. For that's just the truth of the matter, and because I got bills to pay, I got what to just truth be told, I'm probably going to be working. You're welcome, sexy underscore Dre's. Yeah, epic movements. Texas, your state. I'm telling you, the things they do in your states. But the funny thing is, Texas has one of the highest number of immigrants. It's it's an irony, like like make it make sense. Um, let me see. I don't know how to pronounce your music. I'll see Oskela. I can see your question, but you put it like three times, so that's why I'm skipping it. Tell that you work too hard for your license. I'm telling you, I was like, I mean, I was really shocked. I've heard people say it, but to actually, but anyway, yeah, lots of professionals in the state of Texas, absolutely. Um, no, you're welcome, King. Prima Pictures expired since February, and USCIS hasn't sent me a new one. Should I be worried? Contact them. If you need to contact them, that's what sometimes they forget. Sometimes they just don't. I mean, as much as there's another name I'll call USCIS, I'm going to leave that alone. But at the end of the day, in all seriousness, they're human as well. So sometimes people may forget. Hey, kid. Sometimes people may forget stuff. Don't show your. Nobody wants to see your box, so just stay right here.
Hmm.
What you good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um it's had the question twice, not three times. That's more than one time. I would like to renew my EAD combo card based on my VAR application. Do I need to pay a renewal fee, and should I mail my application to them? I can tell you what to do. I'm not representing you and telling you that, Mr. Femi, but I can tell you whether or not you need to pay for a renewal. No, you don't have to pay for a renewal fee because whether or not you filed your um application your 485 before April 1st, 2024, after VAR petitioners do not pay filing fees anymore. What other documents can I use to back up my 601 without any medical conditions? Sit down with a lawyer to figure out what you need for your specific case. Okay, all righty. I think we got through a lot of the questions. I'm glad. I can send you the link. Just inbox me. I have it on auto. I work pro bono. The link for what? What did I ask for? Maybe not me. Okay. A filed mandamus for I-45 that said medical RFP. That may be good. That may be good. That may mean that, that's the only thing that's missing. My husband's petition got approved. When we were filing the forms, we included I-45. Okay, so what's your question? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So I'm glad Val approved last week. Congratulations. Grace. See, your name was speaking on your behalf. Grace. I love that. Congratulations, Grace. Val approved last week, filed 2021. So y'all see, it's averaging 40 months, and that's just the reality. When do I expect green card filed concurrently? You're going to still be patient, because keep in mind, even if you file your green card application concurrently with your VA case, the I-45, the only thing you're getting from the only benefit, which is good, you're getting while that is pending, is you're able to apply for work authorization, and also able to apply for advanced parole. But it's not being adjudicated because it is solely dependent on the outcome of your VA petition. When the VA petition has now been approved, the Vermont Service Center, now it's going to be from the Lincoln, Nebraska Service Center, but Vermont Service Center, which is where most cases still are, will transfer your file to the National Benefit Center. National Benefit Center decides whether there is sufficient evidence to move forward and say, okay, there are no inadmissibility issues in your case. If there's any initial evidence missing to send your RFE, that takes quite a while. If there is a reason to schedule you for an interview, then they send your file to the field office that has jurisdiction over your case. That field office puts you in the queue for interview, and it's scheduled an interview. So I say all that to say this. It just depends on, first of all, your VA case has to be approved. Petition has to be approved first, and then transfer from the VA office to the National Benefit Center to now decide how things are going to go. And I remember when Ms. Enda Sanctuary, when we went through that process as well, and also Mr. Taryn, and exactly what I said is what it goes through that process. So the fact that you filed it concurrently doesn't mean that the green card will also be adjudicated, because it's not going to be adjudicated at the VA office. So that's the big deal. Unlike a regular marriage case where the I-130, I-45 is adjudicated at the same time, that doesn't apply with a VA case. Okay. Let's see. All righty. So I think, got quite a bit of questions answered. All right, people. Thank you always for joining. It's always a pleasure to be able to talk about immigration and discuss things. Congratulations to you, Grace, and many more Grace. No pun intended upon you. Just be patient. You've been patient for 3 years. You're almost at the finish line. Okay, it's almost on the finish line. 5 application status or AP. So what that means after they use fingerprint for I-45? Exactly what it says. But it means that they updated your fingerprints on your I-45. Well, anyway, yes, that's the thing. Tony says, and I love that. I tap into that grace. When your name is Grace, you have to walk in grace. And what was your question? No, we can't skip. Y'all can say what you want to say. It's Fine Shandy. No, we can't skip Fine Shandy. Fine Shandy, what was your question? See, even my girls know not to repeat questions, and she was just patient, and she didn't repeat. Just said, "What was the question?" Let's go. Can you question? Because I have to scroll all the way down, all the way up again. I bet you I didn't see the question. Put the question back on. Oh, what's it down? What's it down now? What are we doing? Oh, okay. What are we doing for birthday? I don't know. I'm just glad for 46 years. I'm just grateful. And praying for another 46. I truly would be working. Y'all don't even bother. Now, if you want to send me something, you contact Lick Finger. I don't play with my food. And my food, I mean Nigerian food. I'm telling you. I've been in this country 22 years. I don't know how they do American food. The closest thing to our food is I'd rather eat Mexican than, unless because my kids love Olive Garden. I'm not really sure what it is they love about Olive Garden, but because there's no got nothing. It's just tomatoes. People fish you feed tomatoes, you know. Ah, we're coming to my mom said 16 years old. Exactly. I remember when my mom celebrated her 40th birthday. I was like, I'm going to that well. She's gonna come for me now. My mom was. I thought for growing up, I thought my mom was biracial because that woman is just yellow. You know, again, I know even now she's still light skinned, but if you've seen my younger sister's photo, yes, people like from the same parents, yes, yes, yes. Because if you know my dad was like as dark as my dress. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just being honest. God rest his soul. He's probably just laughing his head off in heaven, like she can't change. But really, my dad was black. Baba Dudu kind of Baba Samu was. My mom is yellow. So I went on my dad's side, and she went on my mom's side. We just got her for birthday, but 46 years. It's just I think what I want to celebrate is that's what I've prayed for, that God will give us this coming week in celebration, will give us many, many victories and breakthroughs, and allow many of us that are still waiting on Him for, because immigration process can be stressful. Um, you know, I can say that I know what it feels like because it's going to be 10 years next month, September 19. September 19, 2014. 10 years since becoming a citizen. But before that 10 years, looking back, it's only God. So we just thank God. So all I'm asking is just for people who are still waiting on God's favor, and to just wait, and that our expectations would not be in vain, would not be cut off. That whatever it is that people have told us, that that's why I started with Miss Cynthia's case, that don't let anyone talk you out of your blessing. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean it's going to work out the way it should work out the first. And you may have to go through several tries. But the fact that something doesn't work out the first time doesn't mean God has failed. There's no regular failure with God. It just means you cannot give up. As long as you keep praying for strength and for grace, and to just keep, because we are all overcomers. We'll overcome at different appointed times. So that's my prayer for next week and beyond, and being able to celebrate in victory, and with victory and blessings, and seeing people actually be able to step into their own grace. That's what matters. So all I ask is to agree with me in faith that we'll all step into our own grace. And as we celebrate together, I celebrate epic movements. Epic movements, I could be your mama, right? Because you're young. Yeah. I consulted with someone who's 22 today. I was like, what? Like, I after a while, like, you're 2 years older than my son. Like, where did the time go? It's really like, what? But I thank God for strength. Yeah, I can. Hopefully, I age backwards. But listen, I'm not worried about aging. That's why I don't color my hair. It is what it is. Just when grace is upon you, God will give you your ageless appearance. But that's what I pray, that celebrating, what is my birthday, August 21st, next week, Wednesday. That God will give us grace to an overflowing grace, each and every one of us. And so please don't give up. Let's agree in faith together. That's all I ask. That for those of us who have already received that which we're waiting for, like Miss Cynthia with Miss in the sanctuary, I'm praying and speaking to the lives of those who are yet to receive. That the same God who has done it for those who has done it for, and He has written the stories, He will keep writing the stories for many more to come. And just don't give up. He is still God who sits upon the throne of grace, and no one has replaced Him yet. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.